All right, Dave, it's my favorite golf tournament of the year. Every single year, I think every golf fan feels the same. It is time to talk Masters. This is the 90th edition. Rory McIlroy in charge of the esteemed Masters dinner this week. And I got to say, I don't know that I would eat anything on Rory McIlroy's dinner menu. Did you take a look at what he's serving up?
I didn't see it. Let me look it up real quick. Scotty's was excellent the last couple times. I was very impressed.
We got like a little Wagyu steak. That's about it. Everything else, it was a lot of fish, a lot of seafood. I was like, Rory, what are we doing here? Nothing Irish, no heritage. Crazy.
Yeah, that's mind-boggling. That seems like a good opportunity to force Irish cuisine onto the masses.
I think Rory's exact quote was, well, I want people to enjoy it. So there we go.
I love bacon-wrapped dates, Greg, and he's got those. My wife and I love bacon-wrapped dates, so that's kind of got me right there.
Well, then you'd be in heaven. Maybe we can get you on the invite list. Well, in the meantime, before we get to Masters, let's recap the Valero Texas Open. It was a little bit of a bad beat for the Dimer Sports Betting Podcast last week. Rob McIntyre to win had an edge, and he had a lead on day 2 before just falling through the cracks and letting JJ Spawn break through.
Yeah, he didn't even stumble too badly. He had so much magic the first to start and then couldn't keep up with himself pretty much. He still went -2 on day 4, but JJ Spawn turned in a really good couple of rounds to climb back in. Guy that the model had loved earlier this season. Nice to see him actually get back to it, because I would be thrilled to invite JJ Spawn back into my betting radar when it comes to these tournaments, but I've taken him off because he was struggling so bad. Ben Griffin, another one. Where are you, Ben Griffin? We are calling your name. We are sending out the signal. We'd like to see you turn in a good performance for once in your life this year, please. But who knows what would have happened anyway if Spawn doesn't win. It was a 3-way tie for second anyway, so it would have been a 4-way playoff if he comes up one short. Anything could have happened there. I'd probably be staring at a cash out if Robert McIntyre was in a 4-way playoff. But, the weather was a big factor, as we expected anyway. We had a tough time finding any live value. Repeat delays prevented us from getting updated simulations before the following rounds completed the next day, which was a bummer. But it's Masters time. That's where we are focused today. So I'm sure more people are familiar with the general overall, aura and everything of the Masters than other tournaments, so I'll probably keep this a little light. But as mentioned, it's the 90th edition, first real major of the season. The Players is the unofficial 5th major. We've got 91 guys in the field, and it's one of the strongest fields that's probably ever been here. Every single player ranked in the world top 50 is in attendance, and those rankings are a little jumbled because they don't account for live stuff. So you probably have it's even better field than just looking at the straight up rankings. The top 50 and ties will advance to the weekend, where they will compete for the green jacket. Augusta is a par 72, long one, 7,565 yards. Toughest annual stop on tour. No doubt about it. The field has averaged more than an additional plus 1.3 strokes per round over the last 4 editions. But it's like a sneaky difficult almost. The fairways are big, but they set up demanding approaches. The greens are sloped and elevated, and the ball flies on them. The course is designed to be difficult, but within the confines of the track. The rough is short, but you have to be good from within those course conditions. You still don't want to get into the rough. If you go over the greens and find the rough, you're going to be faced with some difficult approach shots or scrambling where you have to try and compensate for the slopes and stuff of the greens rather than drilling it right where you want it. Bunkers might be another good example of this. It's got the 3rd fewest bunkers on tour, but they're very deep, and golfers who hit them save par less than half the time. It is a course that rewards every tool in the golfer's bag pretty much. And it is once again boiling down to guys who can probably avoid bogeys. Saving pars and getting pars are just as important as getting a birdie. You want to survive on a lot of these holes. And those who can dominate on the par fives are going to get a real advantage. They're all reachable in 2 shots, 4 of them, and birdies or better on about 40% of those historically. A couple little trends here. Last 10 winners all ranked in the top 25 at the time of a win. Of the win, 9 of the last 10 winners were between 27 and 36 years old, Tiger Woods being the exception there. So a couple little things you can use to maybe narrow down your pool at one of the more predictive courses that there has ever been on PGA Tour. And then on top of all that, golfers are dealing with the fact that this is the Masters, and the self can be the worst enemy at Augusta, if you will allow me to get a little deep here. Some storylines on our radar. Rory's in this one without the elusive Masters win hanging over his head. So he's coming in without that, last hurdle to get over, but he was in a lot better form last year. So I don't know if it's a better place to be or not. We've got Liv in town for the first time this season. 2 guys in our top 5, Jon Rahm and Bryson DeChambeau, both with almost identical probabilities and odds, but they are both well short of value, according to the model. So with that said, let us pull up the predictions and dig into them a little bit and find our value and best bets here. So right off the rip, we'll just talk about Scheffler here at the top. He's the favorite, plus 550, 15.6% by the model, but this is the longest he's been all year, probability and odds. Maybe save for the Open later this year, probably will be the longest you'll see him at. Bet365 also has him boosted to plus 750. You will almost assuredly, I cannot say guarantee because I can't read the future, but you will almost definitely not get better odds than that on Scottie Scheffler all season long. He's been off for 3 weeks, got a new baby, a lot of outside factors to consider, aside from the data-backed ones like his struggles this season, particularly on approach, which is very important here. And from what I can find, the only player to win the Masters after 3 weeks off was Adam Scott in 2013. So good value on Scheffler, even better at Bet365 where they have him plus 750. But, maybe a little bit more going on there. That's, giving cause or reason to the same odds and probabilities you see. But let's move to the bets. Tommy Fleetwood, we're not going away from him. The model's not going away from him. 5.8% to win here at plus 2,300. He'd be fair at plus 1,620. Last year's FedEx Cup champ, 2 wins, 7 top 10s in his last 12 starts. Great form coming in, even if he hasn't broken through for a win so far this season. 8 consecutive cuts made here at the Masters. Back that up with a T3 2 years ago for his best result. He's 8th in the field tee to green, 9th in par 4 scoring. 2 staples of Masters champions in the past. Little elephant in the room, hasn't won a major. Nothing better than a T16 in the last major slate he played. So some concerns there, but he's playing really well. Data lines up, and it might just be that time for another Brit to win the Masters. We'll see.
And also a year ago, I mean, if we're just playing the narrative game, he was still seeking his first PGA Tour win, and then he kind of got the monkey off the back. So, coming off of the Rory Masters, he shook it off year. It's not that hard to envision maybe another guy with a mental hurdle getting over that hump in Augusta.
That's a great point, Greg. A parallel I failed to draw here. What would I do without you? Bobby Mack. We're going to go back to this guy. Plus 3,400 on DraftKings, 3.4%. Fair at plus 2,840, so a pretty solid edge there. He's the hottest major performer who's not a favorite, if that makes sense. Runner-up at the U.S. Open, T7 at the Open, T4 at the Players. Lots of really strong results at majors lately. 3 top 4 finishes in 2026. Last 2 events, he's been excellent. 2 top 25s at the Masters, so he's already adapted to this course. He's got a great driver, and his putter fits this place pretty well. He kind of is one of those guys with the when, not if major narrative starting to build for him. It really should be only a matter of time before Robert McIntyre breaks through. And a really good edge on him this week after he just came up short last week. Colin Morikawa, some concerns here around his last 2 tournaments as he withdrew. But we are highlighting him because we are getting a really nice boost from Bet365 on him. He is plus 4,200. We're getting him up to plus 6,600 at 2.1%. He would be fair just around 4,600. So this is an absolutely huge value. Probably not going to get 4,200 on Morikawa many times, if at all, this season, let alone plus 6,600. I don't know the last time I ever saw Morikawa north of 60 to 1. But, he did withdraw from the Players after his first hole, withdrew from back soreness at the following event, Valero, Texas Open. And a little bit of concern there. But if he's back, you got to assume that some of that was in preparation for the Masters. He was probably trying to stay healthy enough to be able to compete here. But he's great here. 5 straight top 18 finishes or better across 6 Augusta trips. Of course, really suits his game. He's one of the best ball strikers in the field this year. He won Pebble Beach back in February. And if he's healthy, he's a proven fit here. So just another guy who a little bit of extra stuff going on, but the odds and value line up really well. And then back to the predictions here, go right down. Akshay Bhatia, we're back with him here. Been out for a couple tournaments, 2.0% to win, plus 6,500 would be fair at plus 4,900. So a really good edge. He's 2 for 2 making the cut here, but has only one top 30 finish across 9 career major starts. So still kind of waiting for that next level of play at the majors, but he has made the cut at the Masters. Lefties like this place, and he won't be dealing with first time or second time returning jitters anyway. Putter and his wedges have been really good. Really good on approach play here. Small long shot at plus 6,500, but definitely worth a dart throw given the odds and where he should be. And then a couple golfers just to keep your eyes on this week. None of these guys have outright value, but for one reason or another, you're likely to see them popping up several times. Jon Rahm, he's right up here with the favorites, though well off of value. He's killing it on Live this year, though. He's got a win, 3 runners up, and a 5th place finish in 5 starts. It's almost beyond Scheffler level stuff. What he's doing right now, he's never missed a cut in 9 tries here. However, model says he should be plus 2225, almost double, or it is double what he is at plus 1100. Jake Knapp, been having a great year. Similar price and probability to Akshay Bhatia, just around fair odds. Tournaments aren't played on paper. If they were, this guy would be like a 5-time winner or more. He's gained the most strokes on the field in 2026 out of all golfers. He just all-around game sees him consistently gaining ground on the rest of the field. He was a T55 in his lone appearance here. But again, that just means he won't have first-time jitters and, should be able to adapt to the course in his second try. And finally, Cameron Young. We got this guy with a boost at the Players up to plus 4,000. He delivered for us, and that's kind of why it's worth a look at him again. Last 2 Players winners won the Masters, Scheffler and Rory. He's right around fair odds here, plus 2,300 and 4.2%. 2 wins and 11 top 10s since he missed the cut at Augusta last year. A completely different golfer coming in this time around. Cameron Young should be very popular this week. Right around fair odds here. And should be a good tournament. Really looking forward to it. Oh, we got one more thing here. I forgot. Our little boost, our top 20 boost. Colin Morikawa and Bobby Mack. Top 20 finish, including ties, boosted from plus 300 to plus 325 at Bet365. I'll give you those probabilities really quick. 48.9% for Robert McIntyre, 40.8% for Colin Morikawa. Morikawa is the last golfer who gets at least 40% to finish top 20. After that, it starts to dip off.
Nice. I love it. Love these boosts. It's going to be a great Masters. Pretty awesome field this year. Plenty of storylines. And yeah, I was camping for Tommy Fleetwood because that was my personal favorite bet long before we sat down to record this episode. Good to see the model.
He's gonna get it.
It's got to happen.
One day he's gonna get through. You know, he's one of those guys. I think he's a little younger than he looks. He got probably all that time on the tour, not winning. He looks sometimes a little haggard, so he's got a lot of time left. But I really think that age sweet spot is a very important thing to look at. That's not a coincidence, in my opinion. Anyway,
no, very fun angle and a smart angle, and a course that history matters at Augusta National.